Olá, boa noite. O Exou Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 8 de The Book of Unwritten Tales 2. O plano de Remy para proteger o arquimago de ataques físicos é a proteção por um golem invencível. O Wilbur, é claro, ficou encarregado de produzi-lo e já conseguiu o torso. Agora faltam pernas, cabeça e braços, além de tinta mágica para escrever num bilhete. É verdade esse bilhete? As ordens que o golem deve cumprir. Sair da taberna. Revolucionários podem ajudar?
Yes?
É um de vocês que está na cadeia, não é?
I talked to a prisoner in the upper town. He's one of yours, isn't he?
A victim of the state's power. Our first martyr.
He's not dead yet. And if he got the cake, he'll be back with us soon.
Cake? Shh.
Se ele recebeu o bolo, logo vai sair. Eu preciso de argila.
I need clay to mold something. There's lots of it just outside the town. Could you please let me through?
Aye. That would really suit you, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But we're not going to let you through.
Could you maybe pass me a lump of clay through the barricade then?
What do we get in return?
Are you doing deals with the enemy?
We don't make deals with dirty capitalists.
That's more like it.
Se vocês tiverem algo de argila, poderemos nos apoiar.
I don't want the clay for myself. I want to use it to support your cause.
How's that?
Eu vou criar uma grande escultura que represente o seu protesto.
Well, I'm an artist, and I could build a sculpture in the upper town depicting your heroic protest.
Finally, someone who thinks for themselves. A grand statue that captures for eternity the protests of the simple people in a monumental way. That's exactly what we need. Show us the construction plans and some references. If we're satisfied, then you can produce a model. If we achieve a unanimous decision on the model at the general meeting, we'll supply you with the clay.
Great. But first I need a little bit of clay for something else.
Oh, for what?
Com argila eu poderia reforçar a barricada. Ou a argila se fará caos e confusão na parte alta da cidade.
I'd like to make little balls of clay and throw them through his shop windows in the upper town.
Why don't you just use stones?
Because I could carve messages and demands into the clay before firing it.
I don't know. Anonymous vandalism is tried and tested.
Okay then. Truth be told, I need the clay for something else.
Oh?
Poderia reforçar a barricada.
If you give me just a few handfuls of clay, I could really improve the barricade.
Really?
Sure. I can smear the clay between the boards from here and the sunlight would bake it hard as rock.
I think that sounds pretty good.
The barricade is stable enough already. The spirit of friendship built it, and the chains of suppression are holding it together.
But there are holes everywhere here, which need to be sealed. Magic could seep through the little gaps, or gas, or something like that.
Perhaps you're right. But I still don't trust you.
Sou de vocês e posso provar.
I am one of you. This pin here should be proof enough.
In principle, but perhaps you took it from one of our people under duress.
No, I, earned it. Fair and square.
I'm almost convinced. Show me our secret hand sign and we'll give you the clay.
Oh! Psst! I think I saw the town guard. Better not right now.
Aye, come back when the coast is clear.
Ainda tem um sinal secreto com cumprimento secreto. Olhar para baixo.
The houses in Seastone are pretty cramped together. And down there somewhere there's a city made of tents and boards. The Archmage's working hard to give people hope after the devastation of the war.
Escadas.
Seastone has grown quite organically over the centuries. There are doors behind which there are only walls, staircases that lead to nowhere. Maybe a house was supposed to go here, but the builder changed his mind.
É, coisa de engenheiro. A Bá sabe disso. Falar com o guarda.
Mr. Shieldhand?
Mr. Professor.
O que é isso de estar acolchambrado com o Bill? Isso é escandaloso.
Do you think it's okay for you, as a captain of the city guard, to be taking bribes from a smuggler?
I don't know what you're talking about.
About your deal with Bill? Aha! He pays you not to look while he smuggles his alcohol past customs.
According to my information, the honourable traders of this town always pay the customs duty the town is due.
But
Information to the contrary will, of course, be followed up resolutely by the town guard. We advocate stringent investigation in the case of bribery offences. That's always been our motto.
have to be going.
Yeah.
Eu consigo braços ou pernas aqui da estátua do Cavaleiro Negro?
The knight doesn't seem to have legs anymore, but he does have two strong arms of stone that any golem would be happy to have.
Os braços.
The knight doesn't seem to have legs anymore.
Ele tira os braços com o martelo, será?
Without a chisel or something like that, I'll never get the arms off cleanly. I don't want to destroy them.
É, ele precisa do cinzel para usar com o martelo para tirar os braços sem danificar demais. Então vamos ver se conseguimos o sinal secreto aqui.
Hello? X?
What do you want?
Os opositores das barricadas disseram algo sobre uma saudação.
If you're one of the protesters, then you'd have to know their secret hand signal, right?
Yeah.
Can you show it to me?
Ha! So you can tell them what it is.
No! I need it, and I'm one of you.
Then you must know the signal yourself.
Of course I do.
Yeah? Then do it for me. Do the secret signal.
Eu passo. Pode ser mais tarde. Não, você primeiro.
No problem, but you first.
What's all that about?
I don't know if you're one of us. Besides, you've been in prison for quite a while, and maybe they brainwashed you.
All right. Now you. You are one of us.
Os outros opositores falaram sobre bolo.
They were saying something about a cake at the barricade?
Yeah, great work. I wanted a file to free myself. What did those geniuses send me? A bloody chisel.
Well, it's the thought that counts.
Perhaps if they'd hidden a hammer in the cake as well? I shall be bringing that up at the next group meeting, numpties.
Pode me dar o cinzel? É bem o que eu preciso.
I need the chisel. Can you lend it to me?
What do you need it for?
Não sei, depois eu encontrarei uso. Eu quero ajudar-te a escapar.
Maybe I could use it to help you escape.
Doesn't sound bad. But how about you think up a plan first, and then I give you the chisel?
Acerca do cinzel.
About your chisel,
Yes?
I might have the right hammer for it.
Really? That'd be good.
Yes, but
Só te darei o martelo em troca do cinzel. Boa, daí vai continuar sem poder fazer. Hei de saber que tipo de martelo você precisa exatamente. Primeiro você tem que me emprestar o cinzel, né? Preciso saber que classe de martelo precisa.
what type of hammer do you want?
Eh? What type of hammer? Just a hammer.
Oh, but there's a whole range of them. I lived with the dwarfs for a long time and learned quite a bit about hammer technology. You could have a dwarven steelhead hammer, a common roundhead hammer, a war hammer, an MC hammer.
A dwarven steelhead hammer?
Yeah, left or right-handed.
I just want to knock a few stones out of the wall.
Out of this wall? What kind of chisel have you got? When was it made? Oh, what type of alloy did they use?
I don't know.
Hammer and chisel have to be perfectly matched, you see. If they're not, well, things can get pretty ugly.
Really?
Pode fazer que saiam faíscas. Todo edifício poderia derrubar-se. Não, era só uma piada. Todo edifício podia cair.
Incorrect chiseling could cause the entire building to fall down. And what good is a hole in the wall if you're buried under tons of rock?
But I don't know what kind of chisel it is.
That's why you should always work with professionals. Give me the chisel, and I'll look for the right hammer.
Oh, thanks.
De nadinha, seu moço. Qual é a saudação mesmo? Bah, aprenda aí pra gente fazer lá na barricada.
Is that really you, X?
Yeah.
Do the signal. Okay, then.
Chifre do diabo, 4 e... Aloha. É isso.
Well, then. I have to be going.
Take care of yourself, brother.
Heavy metal, depois 4 e depois Aloha. Vai colocar o cinzel direto lá na estátua?
I hope you're not about to damage town property.
Me? Perish the thought.
That's good. Otherwise, I'd have to get up, go all the way over to where you are, and arrest you. Let's spare ourselves both the trouble, shall we?
Ainda tem que distrair o guarda. Algum panfleto, algum cartaz.
It looks like Bill's delivery's finally arrived.
Falar com o Bill. Você tem suor de dragão?
Hello, Bill.
Wilbur.
O que te parece a loteria?
What do you think of the lottery?
Clever, ain't it?
What do you mean?
Well, you've got to give the rabble the feeling they could make it too, right?
Make what?
Becoming one of us. As long as everyone down there thinks their current situation is only a temporary condition on the way to fame and fortune, they leave us in peace.
But some actually do make it.
Yes, exactly, that's the spirit. Anyone can make it if they just try hard enough. Meh.
Meritocracia. O Sr. Shield se inteirou de que faz contrabando?
I hear Mr. Shieldhand caught wind of your smuggling.
Someone must have given him a tip. he's not exactly the sharpest tool in the box.
Você parece demasiado confiante.
Why are you telling me all this stuff? Bit about the customs, Mr. Shieldhand, the council leader.
You're one of us. You live in the upper town. You're a professor at the magic school. Hey, tell me, you must have really bled the Archmage on that one, right? I mean, as the only available qualified mage. You probably get your weight in gold every month as compensation.
Well, I get an apple, and I don't really like to talk about it much.
I understand. In the end, the others want their piece of the cake too.
Então você quer seguir evitando pagar as taxas?
So now you can just keep on smuggling your alcohol without worry?
Thanks to you. It was a mistake depriving Shieldhand of his cut. One hand washes the other, and in the end, everyone's got more gold in their pockets. The system works.
Você pode dizer quanto é 17? Ou será 13? Não sei o que está escrito aqui. Que na receita falava 17, né?
You're pretty good at numbers and measurements.
I'd say.
Can you tell me how much 12-teen is?
12-teen is a forgotten number, between 12 and 13. In the past, people counted more precisely, so there were a few extra numbers. Thor and 12-teen, for example.
But I have to add exactly 12-teen drops of dragon sweat to a potion.
Oh, exactly 12-teen. Well, that's something else completely. That's what mages always write if they don't really know themselves exactly how much of something they need. They don't want to admit it, and it sounds cleverer if they say exactly 12-teen rather than it doesn't really matter. But you should know that as a mage.
Now I do.
Ah, tá. Não é nem 17 nem 13. É 12 e 13. Um número entre 12 e 13 que os magos escrevem na fórmula para fingir que sabem, mas na verdade não sabem a quantidade que tem que pôr. Você tem lágrimas de crocodilo?
Do you sell crocodile tears?
Can order them. Be here in 3 days.
Ah, that's too late.
Oh, the fine sir wants free overnight delivery, does he?
Você vende suor de dragão?
Do you sell dragon sweat?
Dragon sweat? That's very expensive.
I was afraid of that. But I need it badly.
I mean expensive like, I'll give you half of my kingdom and my prettiest daughter. Even you can't afford that.
Too bad.
Então, vou embora.
I have to be going, Bill. See you next time.
See ya.
Ah, chegou a encomenda que ele estava esperando dos contrabandistas e a caixa está se mexendo lá. Eu posso especular? Olhar a caixa saltitante.
I wonder if this box is supposed to move. I've heard of trunks with hundreds of legs, but this looks like a normal packing crate.
Oi, what are you doing?
This crate is moving.
That's all right. That's... Stop him! Stop! Stay put! Outrageous! Just you wait. You're gonna have to wait a hell of a long time for your gold.
What was that? Absolute bonkers.
Era um pinico, um capacete, uma xícara gigante, o que era?
Hello, Bill. That thing running about over there, what is it?
A darn scam, that's what it is. They won't get a penny out of me, sending me such a wild thing.
Yes, but what exactly is it?
A piss pot! Sounded like a good idea. We equip piss pots with legs. You don't do the walking when it's time to empty your bladder. But why the devil give a pot legs that means he scurries about like a boar on fire?
Ainda tem coisa na caixa? Bah disse. Ainda tem lupa aqui. Buscar na
Oh, there's a
caixa.
piece of paper in the crate. Delivery note. Better World Ironworks. 1 piss pot model carefree. 4 pieces of gold. Better World Ironworks. Never heard of it. Lots of new companies sprung up after the war.
Agora eu vou ter que perguntar dessa companhia construtora, fabricante, o que são os trabalhos férreos por um mundo melhor?
What are these Better World Ironworks?
They're those darn crooks what sold me this useless piss pot. Those do-gooders.
Do-gooders?
Yes. They collected swords, armour, and all that stuff after the war. Plough blades from swords, piss pots from helmets, that kind of rubbish.
You mean this piss pot was once some soldier's helmet?
Could have belonged to a general for all I care. Now it's a piss pot on the run.
Ah, a soldier's helmet converted into a piss pot with legs. No wonder he doesn't like it. I have to be going, Bill. See you next time.
See ya.
Acertei nos meus 2 primeiros palpites. Penico e capacete. Um capacete que virou penico. E ele veio pra cá, cadê? Ah, tá aqui.
Empty boxes and packaging material. I can't see anything that in... Hey, what do we have here? Pretty good runner.
Mais pra baixo. Aqui. Falar com...
Don't jump! You were once a soldier's helmet, right? And the way you look, not just any soldier either. And now they've turned you into a magic piss pot. That's a shitty job. I so understand why you ran away. You fought for good, went through so much, and now... How would you like to do great things once again? For your Commander-in-Chief? I'm building a golem to protect the Archmage. You know Archmage Alistair, don't you? He's in danger. Maybe the Shades are behind it. But definitely a dark power. You could be the golem's legs. It would be an honourable task. So you're in? Deal, little helmet. Don't cock it up.
Vamos já colocar as pernas no golem.
They might not be your usual golem feat, but they seem highly motivated.
E agora vocês me dão argila.
Yes?
Me again.
Do the secret sign.
Fine then.
É esse e esse. Segunda Aba, Rock, Spock e Surfista.
Aye, spot on. I guess you really are one of us.
That's what I told you.
Here, take these. You can hang them up in the upper town.
Posters? I'm really more interested in the clay.
Yeah. Here's some clay as well. May this clod of pure earth serve the good cause.
Oh, it will. So then this hole... That should keep out any poison gas. The rest of the clay is for the golem head.
Tá, então ele tapou os buracos da barricada e sobrou argila para fazer uma cabeça.
Right then. How should my golem look?
Cabeça, topo da cabeça espinhoso. Olhar feroz. E uma boca de monstro. Feito.
Oh, yeah, that's the way I like it. Do it. The eyes, yeah. Oh, the nose. Oh, that's tricky. And of course, not to forget the mouth opening. That's it. Perfect.
Tcharam!
Should Blockin' Van Buren manage to fire me, I think I'll turn sculptor or golem head designer.
Tanto fazia escolher o desenho porque ele fez tudo de qualquer jeito, tudo horrível.
My golem's head. It looks exactly the way I imagined it would. But I have to be careful. It needs bacon.
Ah, aqui, o braseiro. Eu sei fazer fogo. Varinha mágica no braseiro.
A small fire spell can't hurt. Ignifaxius ignisfero.
Agora eu ponho a cabeça.
I'm pretty sure that clay sculptures aren't usually baked this way. But hey, this is innovation.
Cabeça no golem. Cartazes de protesto.
Different posters from the protesters. Some denounce the council leader's policies, saying she only represents the interests of the rich and powerful. I guess if you protest against everything and everyone, every once in a while you'll end up hitting the bullseye.
Vou colar esses cartazes lá no...
This is one of the entrances to the underground world of the rats. Rats represent one of the town's largest population groups. But many don't think of them as real people and they don't have many rights. Remy and the Archmage have been trying to change that for a long time, but some think that the rats entered the town illegally and consider them vermin. When Seastone was almost a ghost town at the end of the war, the rats were unable to find enough food. I helped them. We've been best friends ever since. But since Remy became head of intelligence, I don't see him as often as I used to, so he's doing a good job. This cart's been here a long time. Strange it wasn't used for either the temporary tent city or the barricades.
A Bá já tinha que me corrigir. Pronto.
The protesters' poster would be more effective there, but it won't stick without paste.
Moco de golem tem no balde com escovão aqui.
I'll paste up the place on the wall where I want to hang the posters. Should make less of a mess than the other way round. Okay, troll spit isn't as sticky as troll snot, but maybe it'll do as a substitute for paste. So...
Senhor guarda,
Mr. Shieldhand?
Mr. Professor.
colocaram um cartaz ali. Não sei quem foi.
There's a protest poster on the notice board over there.
So?
It's against Council Leader Van Buren. What filth!
That's vandalism of the worst kind.
Sorry, old friend. Oh, he still looks ready to fight.
Volte aqui, seu covarde, diria o cavaleiro.
And now the golem's body is finished. All that is missing is the spell written with magic ink for its mouth. The fire's melted the ice. Now it's water.
Antes era gelo e agora virou água. E ele vai usar isso para alguma coisa? O copinho do Remy?
Filled to the 2cl mark exactly.
Mas não é de lágrima de crocodilo, é de água. Água degelada. Água de degelo. Só em alguma fogueira, alguma lareira e pegar as cinzas. Eu já tenho o código, dona Porta. Me deixa entrar.
Hello?
What is the access code?
Eu sei o código.
The code is 46941.
Correct.
Então,
Then shouldn't you be opening right about now?
I don't know your voice. Headmaster Block hasn't introduced you to me.
But I have the code.
I have a dual-level security system. The correct code must be delivered in the voice of a teacher whom I know.
That would have been too easy.
eu sou o diretor Block.
It's me, Headmaster Block.
I may not have the power of sight, but I do have an exceptional pair of ears. You are not Headmaster Block.
The door won't be fooled so easily. The code has to be spoken in Headmaster Block's voice. That is a bit of a problem.
De novo, vai ter que fazer Gabriel Knight aqui. Lousa mágica, me conte aí.
What can I do for you?
Pode imitar vozes?
Can you imitate voices?
I can imitate the call of more than 17 birds.
I'm more interested in human voices.
I am sorry. I only have one voice at my disposal. A very pretty voice.
Oh, of course.
I can, however, record speech.
Record speech? What do you mean? Record speech? What do you mean? Fantastic! Fantastic! Okay, you can stop now. How does this recording thing work?
I can record all of your conversations. If desired, I can play back only certain parts of the recording.
You mean that if I can somehow get the headmaster to say 4, 60, 9, and 41 in conversation, you could repeat those numbers in his voice?
Correct.
Excellent.
A lousa mágica é como o bebê Critter. Reproduz qualquer voz que escute. E agora nós temos que fazer como Gabriel Knight na Fera Interior. Aqui é o professor Dr. Huber. Deem total acesso ao Sr. Gabriel Knight. Que número já temos gravado? Nenhum, né?
I might have some more questions for you later.
And I might answer.
A Bá quer que eu procure as coisas aqui na sala de aula, porque eu não voltei. Na estufa? Pode ter fuligem, né? É um forno.
Should be easy to find enough soot for the ink here. Yep, lots of soot. Now I just have to figure out the right amount. If I have to mix some magic ink, this is certainly the best place to do it. Oh, come on. How am I supposed to add exactly 1 sea stone small ounce of soot to the pan when I don't have the proper counterweight?
Tá aqui o peso.
Counterweight. 3 sea stone small ounces.
3 onças de pedra-mar. E eu preciso de uma de fuligem.
The counterweight weighs 3 sea stone small ounces, but I have to weigh out exactly 1 sea stone small ounce of soot.
Tá. Então eu tenho que colocar alguma coisa com 2 onças aqui e completar com fuligem. O bombom vermelho? Aliás, eu nem vi, senhor.
On the one side is the 3 sea stone small ounce weight, and the pan on the other side holds the chocolate, which weighs 2 sea stone small ounces.
Era isso mesmo. E agora completa com de fuligem.
Right then. The counterweight weighs exactly 3 sea stone small ounces. The chocolate weighs 2 sea stone small ounces. That means that when the weight is exactly the same on both sides, I'll have added exactly 1 sea stone small ounce to the pan. And that would be the case right now.
Usar na panela.
Exactly 1 sea stone small ounce of soot, and in you go. Crocodile tears. Unfortunately, all of the liquid has evaporated. All that remains is a white powder, like salt.
Parece sal. E se eu colocar então a lágrima aqui? A água.
All right, now 2 cl of water to the salt, and I have the right amount of crocodile tears. The concentration may be wrong, but I've never heard of that playing a role in alchemy. It's the amount that counts, the amount's the thing. 2 cl of crocodile tears. Looks good.
Onde que eu vou conseguir isso? Mudou alguma coisa aqui nas estantes?
As soon as I have time, I might see if some of these books actually belong in the library. Then again, I'd say they're more likely notes from former teachers and learning materials. And what's this? Oh, a class photograph. For a while, photography was very fashionable. A sorcerer unveiled these little devices which could take detailed pictures of the real world. However, it turned out that small demons inside the cameras were responsible for painting the pictures. They stole a piece of soul from those photographed. Photography quickly went out of fashion.
Olhar a mesa.
I've got a class tomorrow morning. I should prepare for it. Blocky has forbidden me from using magic in class, but how can I inspire my students without magic? I never thought that magic could be so complicated. For me, it was always quite natural. The first time I took my wand in my hand, I felt it. The magic surrounded me and pulsed through me. Everything added up. I don't know if I'll ever understand all of that. I never studied it. For me, magic was just there.
A Bá quer que olhe a foto. Não tem paciência essa menina. Foto antiga de uma classe.
One of the first clues that demons were in the cameras was that those photographed made strange grimaces they would never make in reality. A number of the students in this photo look more than odd. The graduating class of 1462 is written in ornate script above the image.
1462. Eu vou conseguir que ele fale isso e captar 60, que é um dos números.
I'm not sure who that is, or what. Maybe it was a pupil who asked their teacher too many difficult questions, imprisoned there as a warning to others. Probably very effective, but not exactly motivating. Maybe I can train the plant not to eat the students. If not, I'll train the students to eat the plant. I feel really worn down today. I'd love to go to my nice warm room and see my cozy soft bed, but that could be a complete disaster. If something were to happen to the Archmage just because I caught 40 winks, no, completely out of the question. I don't think books could help me at the moment. Quite the opposite, in fact. I'm easily distracted. I should actually do something productive, or sleep maybe. But instead I just read a book or play a game.
Falar com o diretor Block.
Headmaster Block?
Yes.
Você pode dizer 9? E se eu pedir por favor?
Would you please say the word 9, Headmaster Block?
No. Why should I?
Just because?
Professor Weathervane, it may be that you pass your evenings with silliness, but I prefer to be productive in the twilight hours.
Of course. Forgive me.
Então, se você não quer dizer 9, de certo você não vai querer dizer 41 também. Quantos anéis de poder receberam os humanos?
How many rings of power did the humans get again?
What are you talking about?
In that saying. 3 rings for the elven kings under the sky. 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone. You know.
Never heard of it.
Não assisti o Senhor dos Anéis. Qual seria uma quantidade adequada de globos para a inauguração de uma escola?
I wonder whether we should hang up some balloons tomorrow morning for the school's inauguration. Red ones would be best. What do you think? What would be a typical number of red balloons?
We don't have scope in the budget for balloons. I also find them rather unsuitable.
98, maybe? 99?
I said no balloons.
Ah, Rick, tá difícil. Eu gosto de uma cerveja anã.
I could really go for a nice dwarven ale about now. How about you?
It would kill you on the spot. You do know that.
Oh, I grew up with dwarfs. The cellar master always served dwarven ale in the garrison pub.
It's strictly forbidden.
Who says?
Licensing Law, Paragraph 9, Section 1. Dwarven ale may only be served in specially secured underground bunkers.
Paragraph 9 says that.
Paragraph 9, indeed.
Ah, the cellar master probably didn't know that. I'm going to send a carrier pigeon off to him tomorrow morning to warn him.
9 já foi, então. Encontrei essa foto de uma classe.
This photograph of a school class was in the wrong cupboard. I'd like to file it away correctly, but I don't know where.
Show me that. The year is written boldly and clearly. 1462.
62?
Yes, 62.
60.
Ah, thanks for your help.
Então já tenho 9,60. Falta 41. Por que te nomearam tesoureiro? Você é ladrão?
Why did they appoint you, of all people, treasurer?
Well, I think the leader of the council values my punctilious manner and neat bookkeeping. In addition, I was, if I may be so bold as to simply come out and say it, mathematics champion for several years in succession in my youth.
Então você é um campeão de matemática? Tem um problema para você. Vamos ver se eu acerto um problema para fazer para ele.
So you were a mathematics champion in your youth?
For several years in succession, in fact.
Ainda bem que a Bá está acompanhando.
Then tell me, what is...
Tá, 65 mais...
65 plus...
Ah, 65 mais... 23...
23 minus...
Por enquanto estamos com 88, né? Temos que diminuir 47.
47?
41.
Are you sure? I get 40.
41, without a doubt.
Thanks, that's all I wanted.
O que você está bebendo?
A clear liquid, in a glass, in a bar. What could it be?
Water.
Sure, why not? A nice glass of cold water.
It's warm water. I drink 2 glasses of warm water every evening. It helps the digestive process.
Why don't you drink 3 glasses of water? Or 4?
4 glasses of water in one evening? That really would be decadent.
Besides, you'd probably have to keep getting out of bed to go to the toilet.
Yes, 4 glasses of water would simply
Faltava o
be too...
4.
But it's good that we were able to talk about
Não
that.
falta mais.
Have to be going.
Goodbye.
Que números já temos gravados?
4 4, 60, 9, and 41 are the numbers we need. Which ones do we have?
4, 69, 41.
Now we have all of the numbers.
Staff room, here we come. The Archmage no longer lives alone in the tower. He has some family learning the art of magic there too. But it's difficult teaching adults magic. Their minds are less open and they're too stuck in the physical world, and they lack the imagination for magic. No, the next generation of real mages will be the young, trained by us in the school. In 10 years, the Mage Tower will be teeming with the school's finest. For centuries, the Archmage has also been the leader of the Free Peoples, but Archmage Alistair has had this crazy idea that the people should choose their leader themselves. He says it's not good the mages are the only ones to elect the new leader. That's why we're having the election in 3 days. But if things go badly, that loathsome Van Buren will become the Alliance's new leader. Hello?
What is the access code?
Por que uma sala de professores tem sistema tão sofisticado?
A code and a voice recognition system? Why so much security for a staff room?
We are in a school for magic. The pupils have ingenuity and astounding abilities at their disposal. If a pupil were to brew a potion and change themselves into a teacher, they still wouldn't have the code. And if someone happens to have the code but isn't a teacher, they still cannot enter.
But I am a teacher.
If you were a teacher at this school, Headmaster Block would have introduced you to me.
I guess he didn't think it was necessary.
Deixe-nos entrar, o diretor Block e eu.
Ahem! Would you please let me and Headmaster Block in?
I only heard the footsteps of one person.
4, 69, 41.
Oh, pardon me, Headmaster Block.
That's better. The fire's just embers. Wish I had some potatoes. I'm not sure I'd enjoy flying on a broom like that. I'm a little afraid of heights, and when I look at the handle, I can't imagine that it'd be comfortable to sit on. It's, 12:33. The inauguration ceremony with the Archmage will be held here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock standard time. That would be 87 minus 12 in the morning, and... I've just a couple of hours until the school's inauguration.
Buraco de rato.
That must be the rat hole Timmy used to get in. I didn't even notice it this afternoon. I think that's why rats make such good intelligence operatives. Nobody pays them any mind.
Olhar a mesa do diretor.
I guess Timmy's already looked in the rat-accessible files. He found the door code in one of them.
Pegar a pena. Pluma.
Blocky won't mind if I borrow his pen. Well, he probably would. But he doesn't need to know.
Revistar a gaveta.
Right then. Blocky was fiddling with this drawer when I surprised him. A small bottle. What's this? A letter. Dear Council Leader Van Buren, rest assured of my fullest support during the election campaign. Nevertheless, as headmaster, it is my duty to point Article 47, Paragraph 6 of the school rules out to you. Advertising of any form is prohibited in the school, and I must insist that the entire campus be left out of the electoral campaign. And now, the final inventory list for the ground floor of the school. Then there's a list of all sorts of objects, although it appears Headmaster Block isn't quite finished yet. I'm impressed. The headmaster forbids advertising in school, even if it is for Van Buren's campaign. Law and order seem more important to him than personal benefit. And yet he tries to badger me out of the school. Strange. The only thing in this drawer was this bottle. spidery, old-fashioned writing, hard to decipher. Dragon sweat. Dragon sweat! What is the probability of the headmaster having the one ingredient for magic ink in his drawer that I couldn't find anywhere else? Talk about luck. Well, I'll add exactly 12 drops of dragon sweat to the pot. And done. All right, that's all of the ingredients in the pot. Now to give it a little stir. Ta-da! Magic ink.
A dupla vencedora que ganhou à toa.
Right then, what do I need to write on the piece of paper to bring the golem to life? Just live?
Yes, in principle. But in golem language, and that's complicated, I'll dictate it to you. Grolop Krishna Kalabeb.
Wait a minute. Grolop Krishna Kelabeb? Those were a lot of words for a simple live.
Bringing dead material to life requires precise instructions.
Sounds logical, so what now?
Put the piece of paper in the golem's mouth. The rest happens automatically, but not before. Bringing half-finished golems to life is strongly discouraged.
Live is written on the note in the complicated language of the golems. I just have to put the note in my golem's mouth. That should then bring it to life. Here we go. Blout, it's time. Do you want to watch?
Time for what? What are you two up to?
Williber build golem.
Impossible.
Come, you allowed not to.
Right then. Live!
What are you doing?
I felt it'd be boring without some thunder and lightning and so on. Bosh! It's alive!
Fantastic.
Williber done it.
A real golem.
Help in inn. We have holidays.
But first, remember, he's going to be the Archmage's bodyguard until the election. It's just too bad he can't speak. Unless, ooh, wait a minute. Can you write? What are your orders, Master? Let's go to the mage school. We can discuss everything else there.
Good work, Wilbur.
Thank you. It feels good to be able to take at least one worry off the Archmage's back. Until then.
Mwah ha ha. Mwah ha 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 ha.
What's going on? You looking for this? What the?
Quem é você?
Oh, the Archmage spoke of an evil presence in the school, but I never thought that I was the presence. I was under your nose the whole time and you didn't even notice. Are you something like my evil self? I'm no petty sideshow conjurer. I'm the greatest sorcerer in the world. Monkus?
The one and only son of Archwitch Mortroga, shapeshifter and evil genius.
Whose big fat hairy green butt we kicked last time?
But not this time. The alliance will break, and the kingdom of shadows will rise again with me as its leader.
You're a monster. So what are your plans?
Oh, so this is the part where the bad guy tells the hero his plan so he can scupper it at the last moment. No, not this time. Nothing is going to stop me killing the Archmage.
You want to kill Alistair? You don't stand a chance. He's become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
I admit his magical powers are impressive. And he can sense my presence. As soon as I get within a few meters of him, he recognizes my evil intentions.
But how are you... Oh.
That's right. Not magical powers, young friend. Good old physical strength will be his end. One hit from a machine that is neither good nor evil. He won't even know what hit him. You, go on ahead. I'll follow soon.
No! What did you do to my golem? He was supposed to clean the school.
Well, it appears that your golem obeyed his true master's orders.
But it's supposed to defend the Archmage. Why doesn't the pisspot do something?
He can't. I fear that the spell, which the slate provided, well, it contained more than just the order to live.
The slate was from you.
Light bulb moment! Just like the dragon's sweat, the only ingredient for the magic ink that you were not able to find. We encountered each other when I put the sweat into the desk drawer. Remember?
I have to admit, I'm a little impressed. How did you fool us like that?
Well, it wasn't easy. It took a master of intrigue to manage it.
Perhaps true. You were in my first class too, right?
The boy, the headmaster, I was both of them. I was looking for a way to get at the Archmage.
Impressive. Maybe you could free me and tell me more about it.
You're such a transparent liar, Weathervane. It's shocking.
I'm a teacher and a graduate mage. I demand that you release me immediately.
Otherwise, what?
Não pediu por favor. Do contrário, eu terei que pedir por favor.
I feel the blood rush into my head, and I don't have a handkerchief with me in case my nose starts to bleed.
No tissues amongst all this stuff you've been lugging around with you. But there is this.
That's mine! Give it back!
Just as delicate as peace in a world without the Archmage.
Do you want to pretend that never happened? I mean, that was pretty embarrassing, right? The way you wanted to break that little thin wand and weren't able to. Remember? That one over there, you know, that skinny little wand on the floor, the really thin one that you couldn't break. That one. Nice one, Muscles. I'll stop you. You're not going to do anything to Master Alistair.
Oh, really? Master Wilbur Weathervane, the big hero, will prevent it? The very same Master Weathervane who built me the weapon I need?
No!
What will the people say when it's your golem who crushes the Archmage? And that's not all.
No!
Então é isso, hoje vamos parando por aqui. O Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, desejando boa noite, até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.